gentlemen, I'm the director of the city's Cultural Services Department. I know a good many of you in the room here today. The BioPark is part of that department. And I definitely want to thank you for being here today in the newly renovated Shark Reef Cafe. Thank you to SSA, Annie Fedora, and all of her crew for all the hard work they put into renovating this space. And the Cottonwood Cafe starts in a few days. So we're getting ready to renovate that space as well. So thank you to our great partner. I'm very pleased to be here to help announce the new member of the BioPark leadership team. Before I do that, though, I'd like to thank and recognize Mayor Berry for his support of the BioPark and his leadership on the master plan and the task force process that was started a few years ago. The master plan really has given the BioPark a pathway toward a future for the next 15, 20 years and even longer. And then without that master plan, the BioPark Society would not have been able to lead the successful effort for the GRT, which helps to fund the master plan. So we want to thank Julie Miller-Roog and the BioPark Society as well for helping to lead that effort. The final thing I'd like to say is that GRT would not have passed had it not been for the work of the BioPark staff and what you do every day and the work of our partners. So thank you for what you do and what you bring to this community and how you increase the quality of life of the people who live here and the people who visit. Now, Mayor Berry.
Thanks. Thank you. I'm going to do the mic thing here. Thank you, Dana. I want to thank Dana, too. She, like her predecessor, bugs me regularly about you and what you do. And it's not really bugging me. It's just reminding me as a mayor that there's always work to do. And I know that, but it's nice to have a director that really is what I would call a true believer. And so, Dana, thank you for your efforts. And Dave, too. Dave's back here hiding. Thanks, Dave, for your efforts. So one of the things you learn as a mayor is that sometimes things take a while. And when I got elected, I really wanted and didn't really know the steps that it would take to make sure that one of my favorite places in our community and one of my sons and my family's favorite places had a sustainable path forward. And after I was in office for a little bit, it became apparent that a couple things were going on. We had incredible staff. I did the first behind the scenes tour. We looked at what was going on, and I saw incredibly dedicated people doing incredible things. Not just from an attraction standpoint, but from a sustainability and environmental standpoint. And so that is remarkable. And then we had a $100 million shortfall. And so as a city-wide, including with the BioPark and the zoo, we've had to have these incredible people do more with less. And it was the most difficult recession we've seen since the Great Depression. And so the other thing I want to say as a business person as well as a mayor is thank you for your ability to bootstrap and do things that we needed to do as the economy started to improve. So the last discussion I had this morning was about adding some of the positions. We're looking at the budget already this year. Rob Perry just walked in, my CAO, and we're talking about making sure we get some of these positions, and Dana and Rob will get all that worked out. But I just want to say thank you to all the folks that are here for working through austere times. So I wanted to make sure that we had, as a mayor, that we were adding some value and that we had this path forward. And it became apparent on this, also on these behind the scenes tours, that the front side of everything was looking pretty fair, but the roofs were leaking and the back side of things weren't looking so hot. So we basically set about the business of what can we do? And the first thing we understood was that there needed to be a new master plan. So that took several years. Julie, the BioPark Society, and our consultants did a wonderful job of putting together a sustainable path. And then the BioPark Society and others said, well, how are we going to get there if we don't have the the revenues to do that? So they went out on their own and said, here's the plan. Do you believe in this as a community? The community overwhelmingly said, yes, we do. And the community said that we want to invest. So now what we're trying to do is make sure that those dollars get used as the voters said, that no one mayor gets to spend them all at one time, myself included. Let's set up a sustainable path, pay as you go, make sure that those dollars are being good, we're being good stewards of those dollars, and I think we're going to be there by the time we leave office. But the real magic is always the people. And we decided to take a little bit different path. And one of those was with $250 million coming in from the taxpayer, And with the education and sustainability environmental missions that we have here, would it be appropriate to maybe change the management structure a little bit? And that's what we're doing. We're putting one of the last pieces in that today. And I'm going to let JT tell you all about that. But I want to welcome Dr. Baird Fleming here today. You'll meet him in a minute. I want to thank JT, our new CEO of the BioPark. Hearing great things since you've been on board. Holly's here. Holly, right? Holly Casman, Dana Feldman, Julie Miller-Rube, and really everybody that's here. I think we've got the parts and pieces both from the capital side and from the animal side. And Mayor talked for not knowing how to say it right. So with that, I'm going to have JT, I guess, come up and make the announcement for today. But I just want to say we've got a year left. We're going to run hard. We've got the Penguins going to get started. We've got some other work that we're doing. And we just want to make sure that 10, 15, 20 years from now we can come back with our kids and our grandkids and know that this place is still the jewel that it is today. So, JT, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mayor Barry, and thank you, Dana, our Cultural Services Director. I want to start by thanking all of the staff with your help in getting me up to speed in these last 6 months. Special thanks goes out to Holly Cashman, who served as our interim assistant director since August. Her 22 years of experience really helped us and helped me to get us through this transitional period. Overall, this staff is wonderful. There's not another group of more passionate people that do what you do every day. And when I'm talking about city employees, volunteers, society employees, and the contractors that work with us, all of them all have their passion focused towards our BioPark. And all that hard work shows. Our River of Lights was named among the top 15 spectacular holiday events in the U.S. Internationally, TripAdvisor named us as one of the top 15 locations in the world, and Travel Channel brought us as one of the top 5 in the United States. And we're not standing still. We have a Jaguar exhibit that is almost complete. That'll double the space we have for those cats. We have a bird annex, which is a critical backside of the house for our birds. The walls are up, the roof is on, and they started to frame the interior. We have our butterfly pavilion, which will be going under contract soon to have it updated. Our otters exhibit here at the aquarium, the addition that we have there, will be bidding in just a few weeks. And today, the penguin chill exhibit closed for proposals. Tropical America is down and has made way for us to build our largest exhibit so far. Overall, and just learning about the BioPark, it's immense. The size and breadth of what we do every day is huge. We have 4 facilities, 150 acres. And on any given day, we have tens of thousands in our collection. At the zoo, over 1,000 mammals, birds, reptiles, and amphibians. At the aquarium, and of those 1,000, about 40 are classified as either threatened or endangered. At the aquarium, over 8,000 fish and invertebrates, of which 5 have been classified as endangered or threatened. Our Bulgarium contains over 20,000 arthropods. And our botanic garden, you can't count the number of plants that our horticulture staff maintains here at the botanic garden and across all of our facilities. Well, all of that, it's a lot to manage. The day-to-day welfare of the animals, their medical care, ensuring we have the right staff in place, the cultivation and growth of our plants, our support operations, facility maintenance and renovation, design and construction, and building new exhibits. We have to take care of marketing and financials and HR. All of that comes together to make our guest experience outstanding. And we, especially me, am happy to have Dr. Bear Fleming joining our team. His focus is going to be on the daily care of our living collection. However, he has a vast knowledge that I'll be tapping into and using every day in the decisions that we have to make. He brings 35 years of zoological experience. Now, take a look at him, 35 years. I'm gonna let him do the math on that. But he is a doctor of veterinary medicine and most recently comes to us after being director at the Honolulu Zoo. Please welcome Bear Fleming.
I'll do this too. I think it's a lot easier. Yes, I started very young. I think I was only 8 years old when I had my first orphaned river otter, but I've grown up with jaguars and coatis and all kinds of monkeys and pretty much anything that was orphaned down in the country of Honduras, which is what the place I called home for many, many years. But now, this is my home, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate the very, very gracious welcome that I've received over the past 2 days. This is my second day here. It's just been really wonderful. I can't thank you guys enough. I'm really excited to be here. This is a very exciting time here at the BioPark. We've got a lot going on. There's going to be a lot of wonderful, just amazing growth happening thanks to the GRT. Thank you very much to all of you folks, because I imagine all of you guys voted for it. So thank you. If you didn't, don't tell me. But again, just wanted to say thank you. You guys have made this transition a very, very nice thing, and it's just wonderful to be here. Thank you.
Okay, well, that wraps it up for the day, but let's just, you know, we've got a lot of work to do. I think we've got a great team in place already. We're adding great value with some of these leadership positions as well. And I think the future's bodes well for the Albuquerque BioPark. And you know, our community loves it, our state loves it. Certainly my administration is you know, doing our very best to make sure that the path forward is bright, and I think we can say that it is. So with that, thank you all for coming today. And if you're watching out there, come on down and visit us. If you haven't been here for a while, there's a lot of new things to see. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends. If you're on an airplane going across the country, tell somebody to come here and see this great facility. This puts our best foot forward every day as a community and as a state. It's a great, the facility itself is a great ambassador. So let's tell the story, and let's just continue to be intentional about making this place great and continuing to thrive. So thank you so much, and have a good day.